It's probably going to do the thing with the...
Hi. Nope.
You're alive.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Hello! Hello, we're doing our first live stream on Sane Enterprises. And we're here to do some shout outs to help the people in the community get some exposure. We're going to maybe do a channel review or two if we get anybody that wants one. And we're going to go over, we're going to do like an unboxing because we got something in the mail from somebody in the community. Warren Evans, so we know who that is. That would be Mill Hill Mud Mowers. So
Yay.
we'll see what we got from them.
I don't like not having my mail open, having to wait. I want to open my mail.
Yeah. Now, do you have a...
Whoa, what's that?
I'll leave that open for when we open somebody's channel. See their channel. Now, Mill Hill Mud Mowers sent us something, so let's open up their channel on this one. There's one of his videos. We'll just follow that. That's Warren right there. There's Warren. One of his videos. Let's go see his channel.
Looks like a live.
Alrighty, I believe
that is a replay of a live that he did on his channel. And
look at that mud. Do you think there's mud in my
and maybe. You never know.
Do you think
he might have sent some free mud with it. Yeah. Okay, let's see what his latest video was. It's probably that live.
Yep.
Yes, it is. That was his latest video. It says 2 hours ago.
I missed it. I was in Walmart.
Right after work. Yep.
Yeah.
Walmart is yeah, just ended up late at work today, didn't you? Because you got even another sale today.
I saw.
You are a selling machine.
3 cars and a house.
Awesome.
My boss.
That's a lot of sales.
My boss says, I got 25 items this month. More than anybody's gotten for him in
months.
At least since December that I know of.
Probably all year last year.
Probably before that. Okay? And he says, we're gonna finish the month off strong next week.
I don't see anything wrong with that. You were expecting more?
Like, you don't do enough. You gotta do more.
Well, that's the way bosses are.
Anyway.
So, let's see what we got here. We want to be on the screen so people can see it.
Random's here. Hey, Random.
Hey, Random Outdoors. How you doing? Thanks for coming to the live stream. We have a package here from Warren Evans. Should be Mill Hill Mud Mowers. And, you know, I wonder if we have Warren on the oh, and we have a question to answer from Uzo Lou. That would be Steve right here. That's Uzo Lou on his Facebook. So, it says, anyone have times when your channel drops in views? Okay, yeah. He's asking, does anyone in the community experience times when the views drop on your channel? That is one of the videos I want to make on this channel. I'm going to go in depth on that. But the short version for right now is we're going to go over when you upload new videos and exactly what happens. One of the things that happens is once you hit the 24-hour mark after you've touched that button to upload and you've made it public, you got 24 hours of the very best promotion that you'll ever have, and then that ends. So you'll never get promoted any more than you do for that first 24 hours. And so if you see a drop in your views on your channel, it's probably because 24 hours ago, before that drop, you uploaded a video. And you actually are looking at the end of a spike, the drop off after a spike. And the spike was there because you uploaded a new video. And I will get into that really in depth on a video dedicated to nothing but that kind of stuff and how that works and what it looks like. And so that is a question for Uzolu. Now, I'm going to see if we can find Lauren on here. This is probably going to be slow with the...
But don't know. Don't think so.
Yeah, but that's not the channel that...
No.
Yeah, it's him younger. Okay. But I don't think that's his active channel. Not the one I was looking for. Well, there's James Cox's channel. That's wanting me to suggest friends. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm just going to send him a message real quick, let him know we're live. And then thank you for the package.
You need to put "we are live" or a comma right there.
Okay. There. Better? Doo-doo-doo. No, we're not live autocorrect. Weird autocorrect. There. Message sent.
Now go back to the thing and see if there's anybody else. I guess we don't have nobody in here.
Random Outdoors is here.
Is he still there? Or did
Yeah,
he leave?
he's right there. So, now, we'll do some shout-outs. Starting with Random Outdoors. Thanks for coming. You get the first shout-out. Well, I guess technically the second, because we did say something about Mill Hill Mud Mowers, because they did send us something. And we're going to open that up right now. Or Carol is. Do the honors.
I like to open mail.
Use that so you don't get another Band-Aid on another finger. And just, yeah.
I'm not good at using implements. I need a... Taking forever.
Wait, drum roll, please.
Nope. Still not open.
Not doing very good drumming tonight, am I? Ta-da! Ta-da!
Oh, wow.
Show one to the show one to the audience. There we go.
Yay!
Ta-da!
Mill Hill Mud Mowers. We do it in the mud. That's dirty.
You want to hear a dirty joke?
Why, did a horse fell in a mud puddle?
No, Warren fell in the mud. So, oh, all right. Well, thank you very much, Deborah and Warren, Mill Hill Mud Mowers. Appreciate it. We'll have to find a place to stick this
I
where
put in
the
mine on
camera
my
can
desk
see it.
at work.
And not one, but like 3 of them. They sent us 3 of them, so that's great.
The one is going to work with me, and I'm going to put it on my desk, and everybody's going to ask me, "What's that?" And then I tell them.
Yeah, we'll have to show them your big
Awesome
fancy office one day.
YouTube channel.
I wanted to do some shout outs. The best place to start with shout outs would be hit this little community tab here.
We got another person in here.
Razorian Buck, welcome to the live. Get a shout out too for you. Now, we go to, first we'll go to subscribers and see who has subscribed and give each one of them a shout out. Everybody's got their stuff on private. Well, guess what? That's another thing I wanted to make a video on, was on this thing with a lot of people having their subscriber thing set on private. And yeah, I've heard some people who claim to have some reasons for not having the thing on private. And the number one thing I've heard is that, you know, if you don't have your subscribers on private, then what's to stop somebody that does nothing but sub for sub going through your subscriber list and then hitting them up for a sub? Well,
isn't that what it's all about?
Isn't that, well, and then isn't that just completely negated by the fact that we as a community have a list on Reddit and Twitter and everywhere else we can put it, full of our supporters, to try to help people find them so that they can support them.
And aren't we trying to find people to support us? Everybody? Aren't we supposed to be supporting each other? By
sending people support. So it just makes no sense to me that people would have their subscriber thing on private. And all it does is it makes it harder for somebody that's trying to give you shout outs or see you in their subscriber thing. Another thing I use my subscriber list for that people don't realize when they have their subscriber thing on private is that when you have a list of subscribers here, it has a button down here in a column. And that button says subscribed with an ED on the end of it, or subscribe with no ED on it. And that lets you know whether you are subscribed to that person or not in return for them being subscribed to you. And so you can quickly look down the list without having to tediously go to every person's channel to see if YTube has yanked your subscription, which I have found several times by looking down that list, people who I was subscribed to, and then the button says subscribe, like I never was subscribed to them, and then I need to hit that button again to give them back the subscription that YouTube took away from them. And yeah, there's some people's channels that I go on pretty frequently and I've noticed it that way, but there's others that I hadn't for a while, and when I go through my subscriber list and they're not on private, I see that and then I can correct it really quickly. Can't do that if their stuff is on private. So it's not really hurting me when other people's stuff, and it's not hurting the person that's trying to support you. It's hurting you when you've got your subscriber thing set on private and they can't see whether you're subscribed to them or not. And when they can't see that, they can't see if they are subscribed to you or not unless they go to your channel. But if your subscriber is on public and they're looking down the list and they find, oh, well, I thought I was subscribed to this person, and it says no here. It says I need to subscribe, or that I can subscribe, and they just hit that little button and bam, you've got your subscription back.
Okay, now.
That's enough on that. That's over its beat bloody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now we go to comments and we shout out some of these great people that get back to being positive again. We shout out some of these great people that have been commenting on our new channel here, which is really awesome. And real quickly here, one more. Oh, I can't do that without switching channels. And then I'm going to shout y'all out again that are in the live chat as soon as I get done with this. Start down here at the bottom. Work our way up. Look at all these great people that's been commenting on our channel already. Auto Dreamer 77. DSW Joyride Productions. Uzo Lou.
Mowers.
Yes, he's there. And James Cox. A couple of times already in there. Now, Uzo Lou, I think he's got another truck that he's working on. And sold the van. Mill Hill Mud Mowers just did another live tonight, like 2 hours ago, I think he ended it.
We got Gaming Dude.
Auto Dreamer 77 again. Big Bad Wolf Moto. He is at 949 on subscribers. He's going to hit 1,000 pretty soon. Gaming Dude is getting close to hitting 2,000 already.
Crazy Russian Official.
And that trip to France. That was a great idea, doing some video of that and putting it on here. That got a lot of views and stuff, didn't it, Gaming Dude? Lawrence Hurt. Crazy Russian Official.
What's
Jaded
a crazy
Diva.
Russian official? Would he be...
Aren't all Russian officials crazy?
Yeah.
Jaded Diva Reviews and Tours.
Wouldn't he, instead of being...
Well, now that's kind of, now that he has joined the Sane community, how's that going to work out?
Yeah, what?
How's he going to stay crazy if he's sane?
I don't know.
Oh wait, we have
Hashtag
we have
insane.
the hashtag insane. We have the division of the
crazy people.
Yeah,
we
of the Sane
over
community.
There in the crazy people.
They get
section.
to use hashtag insane.
Yeah.
So we get to use that every once in a while too when we're feeling crazy.
Yeah. Well, I always feel that way because these people drive me crazy.
What, all these people just shoving their money in your hands?
Yeah.
Buying stuff from you constantly all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
Yes, it was me. I was getting ready to go home.
Couldn't even believe she's getting so many sales.
I wouldn't sell her nothing all day long. And I had people in my office when my boss left at 3 o'clock, and they didn't buy anything because stupid lady had a ticket.
And then more people showed
insurance
up.
went up. And I said, well, fudge, I'm not going to get nothing today. This was at 4:30 when they left. And here comes this guy. And you know what time we close on Friday? 5 o'clock. Okay, he shows up at 4:40. And I'm like, well, fudge. And I sold him a policy that has 3 cars on it and a house policy. Just because he had the audacity to come into my office at 4:40. That's what happens when you come to my office at 4:40. You're not leaving until you buy something.
She already had the highest sales for the entire office. That's just on top. And she got another week before the end of the month, right?
Yep.
So, blowing the doors off of it. All right. Jaded Diva Reviews and Tours. David Build Vlogs. Now, David Build Vlogs used to be Magnetic Mustang. He changed the name of his channel.
Pony car.
Northern Mike. Camaro Time. Lonesome's Garage. Auto Dreamer 77 again. James Cox again.
I need a pair of glasses because I can't see
Robert
none
Games
of that. And I
HD.
can't say any of them.
Alfredo L1. And DJ
Oh, we
Crimmy.
got Sane Enterprises there too. Oh, we're on Sane Enterprises. You know, there's another channel, a new one. It's really cool. You know what the name of it is? Carol Sane.
Yes, it is. Ta-da! So if you want to see some girl stuff,
It doesn't
and
have.
then here's
It
something
only
we
has
can
one
learn something
video on
from.
it yet. Because I can only do them on the weekend because when I get home from work, I got to cook dinner, and I'm just so tired after that. I can't do any videos during the week.
I'll help you. We're gonna get that taken care of. We got and then here's something else we can learn something from for all our channels, and because I hope that everybody's learned by now just how important networking and community building is for growing your channel. It's something that the other bigger tubers don't talk about because they don't need it. People with 100,000 and above, they don't have to network. They get promoted by YouTube. We don't get promoted by YouTube. We have to network. So if you're networking and you're going out there, networking is not the same as sub for sub. Networking works. And here's one of the reasons why networking works where sub for sub does not. You see what this comment is and where it ended up? It says, I subscribe your channel. Please subscribe my channel. Number one, they're using the words that the bots go after. And what did the bots do with it? The bots throw it in the spam folder. Okay, what's going to happen to this channel? This channel, because they're using those words and the bots have already seen it, the bots identified it as spam, and they throw it in the spam folder. That's one of those channels that they're going to
start taking subscribers away from.
Yep, and they'll take them in handfuls.
If you subscribe to them, they'll take it away from you.
Yep. If you subscribe to them and they subscribe to you, they'll take that subscription back. They'll take their subscription back and a few more. And
just for good measure.
Yeah. And so they're going to lose some. You're going to lose some. It just doesn't work because YouTube is making sure that it doesn't work. They're going through a lot of trouble to make sure that sub for sub doesn't work.
Well, let's go back over and see if we got comments.
And then all these other comments didn't go into spam because all these other comments are people that's been in the community for quite a while, and they've learned how to talk the talk and walk the walk. And by walk the walk, I mean they're actually networking and they talk like they're networking.
These are actually our supporters, though.
Yeah, from other channels, but not every one of them is supporters from our other channels. But they are people in the community that's been supporting other people besides us, and then they found out about this channel before they found out about Sane Auto, but very few of them are that.
Okay, let's go see the live chat. I don't have my computer here.
Okay, let's go back to the live streaming. We just hit the back button and the back button.
I don't.
The back button.
Because at 10 o'clock we gotta stop.
And we're going to be doing some other videos on this channel.
And then how many people are in there? I don't see. Where is that at?
There's Lonesome's Garage, Rosorian Buck, DIY Misfit Mechanic, hello, and okay, so Random Outdoors was here, Rosorian Buck was here, Lonesome's Garage was here, and then DIY Misfit Mechanic, welcome. 7 Blessings has just showed up. Good to have you here. we have gone through, in case y'all didn't see it, we have gone through our subscriber list and shouted out everybody that was in our subscriber list, which wasn't anybody actually, because everybody, what? Okay. The stream went out for a second. So what I was saying is that everybody so far that has subscribed to this channel, which we have 1,200 subscribers on our Sane Auto channel, and then we made this channel because we have no automotive or anything automotive on this channel. All the automotive is going to remain on the Sane Auto channel. This channel is going to be nothing but for you guys, to support you guys and to help grow the community. The Sane community, the Insane community, the Iamacreator community, which is in order, hashtag Iamacreator, hashtag Insane, hashtag Sane community. So any of those, we're here to support you and help you grow and help you grow your channels. Now, we went to go through the subscriber list to shout out everybody in the subscriber list, and we found out one of the things is we have so many subscribers in the subscriber list on Sane Auto. We always find plenty of people to shout out there, but we have noticed that a lot of people don't show up there because they have their subscriber thing on private. Well, everybody so far that has come over to the Sane Enterprises has their subscriber thing on private. Well, that doesn't help you anywhere because you're throwing all the channel names on this list on Twitter and Reddit anyway, so it doesn't keep anybody from finding out who your subscribers are.
7 Blessings is going to tweet.
And oh, thank you very much. So all it does is keep people like us who are trying to be good leaders in the community and support everyone in the community from shouting you out when we go down our subscriber list and give shout outs to well-deserving people who are subscribing. And I know I'm using the word subscribe a lot on video but I'm using it appropriately. This is not a sub for sub group, and we're not talking about doing any sub for sub thing. We're just talking about shouting out people who are supporting your channel and giving them some credit for doing so.
And we got in the mail today from one of my favorite supporters of Sane Auto, Mill Hill Mud Mowers.
Yes.
He does it in the mud.
And what is the difference between sub for sub and community building? Well, sub for sub is just that. It's like we showed in when we went to shout out everybody that's been doing comments on our videos, because I like to do that. And I outlined this in another video, what my strategy is for supporting the community and networking and community building instead of doing sub for sub. With one of my strategies for that is every time we receive a comment, and I'm a big believer in being proactive, but this is a reactive thing. We react to comments by replying to the comment on our page, right there where it's at. Then we hit the commenters tab and go to their channel, see their latest video, comment on that video.
You're beating the horse again, sweetie.
Yep. And then we get proactive from there and start doing things like shout outs for everybody that commented.
I can't read it because I don't have glasses.
Wrestler Mania saw us on James Cox. Very good. James Cox is also does a lot of community support, community building, and
it's not. Those don't help me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I have to get.
And so it's good when, and we have James Cox's schedule. We're building the schedule. That's another thing that brings up another subject that could help you guys out. We're building the schedule for the official Imacreator live sessions. We want to fill every single day so that you guys can go to a live session every single day. Now, Mill Hill Mud Mowers, I don't know if he's going to commit to this, but he was on earlier tonight. And so we'll get with them. That would be Mill Hill Mud Mowers. We're going to get with them and see if they're going to continue to do Friday nights. And if they are, then we'll put this on the calendar when they're going to do it so that y'all will know and y'all can support each other in the live. James Cox, now know this says 3 p.m. here, but I think that's 3 p.m. Central Time, where we're on Eastern Time over here. And so I'm going to double check with him. And then if I do, I'm going to change all these to Eastern Times. And he's usually on earlier tonight and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But he's not always going to do that during the summer. He's going to be out and about. Now, we're going to go...
Wrestler Mania was on
Mill
Hill.
Mud. Yep, he was on earlier. Mill Hill's live earlier. That's good. That's good. Stay active in the community. What you're doing proves my point, what I was trying to say about the difference between community building, community activity, networking, all these things we do with our brick and mortar businesses and stuff. That's completely different from sub for sub. And so you're going to the lives and stuff and coming to these lives and going to Mill Hill's live. That's not sub for sub. And that's why we don't call it that when we ask for something like that. We ask for support or to join the community. And really, we'll never be able to get YouTube to do this, but if we had the power to do it, we'd get them to change the name of the button to join because it sounds so much more inviting. And because that's not a sub for sub thing. We're joining each other's communities and we're combining communities here. You know, we're allied with, we have our Sane community that we built up on Sane Auto with a whole bunch of car guys that hang out with us and stuff. And then we have, which is allied with the Mopar community and other car communities. And we allied about a month ago with the Iamacreator community. And almost everybody in the Sane community, everybody in the car community has now joined up with the Iamacreator community, and we're all together, working together now.
And then we got a new channel.
And what the main thing that we do together to make this community so great and growing so fast is we put, like we say at the end of the thing, keep the, yes honey, I know, it's in your best interest to keep the best interest of the other person in mind. So whatever we want to receive, go out there and give that very thing to as many other YouTubers as we possibly can. And if we only get 10% back, that's still a much better return than we do out here in sales and management and anything else. I mean, we all know that if you're going to try to sell something, you got to knock on, well, you get a much better, a higher percentage return for everything that you do, but you're the exception, not the rule. You're just a selling machine there. And so that's another thing. If you're looking for good sales advice, this is the channel to be. You know, if it can be sold, we've probably sold it. I mean,
and if it can't be sold, I've sold it.
This is very true. Yeah, on the way home we're figuring out that one day, oh gosh, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. No. Okay,
I thank you, 7 blessings.
Yes, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and shout out everybody in the live feed again.
They said that we 7 blessings.
Hey, James Cox is here. How are you doing? Were your ears burning? We were just talking about you. Yeah, we figured we would go ahead and go live after everybody else went off. Yours had ended. Mill Hill had a live, and it has ended. And so we're hosting a little get-together to let people get together and support each other. and we wanted to go over a couple of things I know you'll be excited about, James Cox.
Lou,
Hey! in the
hey!
house, good to see you. Your ears burning. We were shouting you out a while ago too, and we
All we're
answered your
missing is
question on
Mill
Facebook.
Hill mud mowers.
Yeah, that was our unboxing today. We got that from Mill Hill Mud Mowers, and you had a question on Facebook, Uzolu, and we answered that earlier in the live stream. So when you watch the replay, you can see that.
Well, somebody went and told James Cox that we were live.
Yep, and we were going. One of the things we were going over is that we wanted to get with you and see about whether, when you told us 3 p.m., if this was Central Time or West Coast Time, because we have everything here on Eastern Standard Time at 2 p.m. when we go on, and then Mill Hill Mud Mowers goes on after that, and then you've got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that you go on, and we had wrote it down as 3 p.m., and we were afraid that we put that down that might be a different time on our Eastern Standard Time. So we wanted to get together and make sure that we're telling people right. Get the maximum amount of people in your live.
He's always Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. So it's on there right then. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll fill these slots, and we may fill some of these slots ourselves for right now. Like you were saying on your live the other day, that you're going to be more active outside for a while. So we may have to change this schedule a little bit to accommodate the outdoors that a lot of people are going to be doing, including yourself. And so this may change a little bit. And we may fill some of these slots with Sane Enterprises.
And Carol Sane.
And Carol Sane channel, because she can do some lives on her channel.
Just on the weekend, though.
Yep. And I know several other people are doing some lives right now, so we're going to coordinate, and we're going to have a good schedule for everybody so that everybody can find a live, just one right after the other every day, and support each other. They can be on somebody's channel every day if they want to, or at least find a live session that fits their schedule.
Okay.
And then the Iamacreator community can, yes, and James Cox is one of the 2 first people to ever coin the hashtag insane. So credit to James Cox for that, because it kind of stuck. We were doing hashtag sane community, and we still do. So anybody wants to use hashtag sane community. But hashtag insane seemed to just get really popular with a lot of people in the community. And hey,
I just take it as a tribute to me because
my
name is Carolyn Sane.
Yes, it is. And so, but make sure everybody knows the insane community is strong allies with the hashtag Iamacreator community, and we will continue to support Iamacreator community as much as we possibly can and spread that. It has been a blessing to everyone involved. And it is not, I'm going to say this again, it is not a sub for sub thing. It is completely different. One of the things that we were going over is what is the difference between community building and sub for sub. And there are several differences that you can see in this community that proves that this has nothing to do with sub for sub. What people are doing in this community is way beyond anything sub for subbers are doing. And we even showed in here when we were shouting out people that were in the comments, we showed the difference between somebody that's doing sub for sub. And that person that came over and tried to do sub for sub in this community is the only one that ended up in the spam. And they're in the spam for a good reason, because they literally said sub for sub in their comment. And the bots got them and threw them in the spam folder. And that's what's going to happen if you're trying to do that, and you're not trying to do true networking. You're not trying to do community building.
You're not trying to meet people and...
Yeah, you're not checking out their channels. You're not watching their videos. Yeah,
trying
you're
to find something
mhm.
that interests you.
Yeah, and you don't have to do that sub for sub stuff. And there's it's an unnecessary risk because it is a violation of
I don't know how
terms.
many of you out there love to learn new things, but
Yeah, and meet new
and
people
and
and learn from them.
talk to diverse types of people.
We never knew this was a thing until we got involved in this community and started meeting some of the people in this community. And this is they modify riding mowers to go out and play in the mud with them. And it's so much fun that just watching it is fun. And we had no idea that that even existed. And we have found so many channels with so many things like that, networking through the Iamacreator community, and just about everybody in the same community and the communities that we were allied with before we got involved in the insane communities, like the Mopar community and stuff. All these car guys that we had come to our page have now allied themselves with and joined the Iamacreator community, and have found more people like this and more channels like this with all kinds of content we didn't even know existed.
And I
Because
have a lot of new awesome friends.
right, and the way this works is it's another thing that's totally opposite of sub for sub is instead of going out there trying to get what you want, which is what sub for sub does, they go out there and try to get a sub. We go out there and try to join their channel and their community by supporting them and watch their video and comment on their video. Commenting is very important, and the way you comment is very
That's my
important.
favorite part is watching the videos.
Right, and you need to watch the video, at least some of the video, before you comment, so that you know what to comment about,
And
so that
there's
you know
all
what the video
kinds
is
of
about, so you can
things
comment something
that
about the
you
video.
can.
The bots see that, and they see the comment, and they see, oh, they're commenting about the video, and they leave it alone.
There's a lot of things that out there that I didn't know existed, and now I know.
Right, and like James Cox says on his live streams, he's even found some stuff on there that wasn't really interesting to him, like
Okay,
the
Mill
ladies'
Hill
channels.
Mud Mowers was at a musical for his daughter.
Well, that is a worthy cause.
Yes, it is.
And so what happens is you go on channels, including channels that, because this is one of the questions that came up when we were on the live stream with James Cox. A lady was asking about, is it okay for her to just go to channels that only channels that she's interested in, which is a valid concern, because when you're trying to network and community build and you're trying not to be a sub for subber, that's a valid question. I mean, should you only go to channels that you're interested in? Well, the the answer to that from a lot of us,
Oh,
including
wow.
myself,
Look,
was that if you only check out channels that have content that you're interested in right now,
excuse
you're
me.
really limiting your own growth.
Can I
Yes,
jump in
ma'am.
here? You need to read that last one from James.
Hit 5K today. Awesome. Yes, I left you a message before you hit 5K. I wanted to be there, and I was hoping I could be there. We didn't get home until right before we started this live, so I didn't get to be on your live. And we were out during the time. I wished I could have been there.
I had somebody come in at 4:40.
She was working
and
late.
wanted a quote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't letting the man get out of my office without selling him.
And I was sitting there in the waiting room of her office waiting for her to close the sale. And she didn't just close one sale with this guy. How many sales did you get with that guy?
I got his 3 cars and his house.
Ta-da. Boom. And she was already exceeded the sales of everyone in the office combined, and then she got this on top of it. So while you are having your incredible success hitting the 5K, she's having incredible successes too. So I guess everybody in the community. You know, and Mill Hill hit his
James,
1,000
your
recently.
girlfriend wasn't already
So,
subscribed to you? She waited till you hit 5,000?
oh, did she wait? Oh, I see what happened.
That's
She waited till
rude.
you hit 49.99 and then hit the button and push show. Okay, that's neat. I can see what that.
That's
Okay.
rude. She should have been number one.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that. That would have been great to see.
Yeah, it would
I'm
have
assuming
been.
y'all did that right on your live feed, didn't you?
We are finding and Uzolu, yes. I have found a lot of cool channels. I mean, I can't
Not only
name.
that, but Uzolu's a good example of what you find when you're going and you're checking on channels and stuff. Yeah, he's a car guy. He might not have quite as many cars or as diehard as some of the ones in our before we found Uzolu, but he's up there. He's definitely a pretty in there car guy.
Well, yeah, I guess
Lately,
I haven't. You've seen my channel. I have one video on it. I've been a consumer, James, so I can see where she doesn't really like YouTube. I mean, the only time I've been on
oh, because
YouTube
they
is
keep
through,
changing stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good point. We were going to hit that in the news, and we're still going to hit that in the news on Sunday Live. Sunday Live, when we hit the news, we've got some news about Uzolu. He's got some news, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys here because this is going to be on the Sane Auto Live. So some people will see it that didn't see it here. It'll be some overlap. But Uzolu sold the van, and he's got a white pickup truck, Ford pickup truck that he's working on. There's going to be some videos there of fixing up the pickup truck.
I
Pretty
can't
much
wait.
guarantee it. But what was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, they keep changing stuff. That was one of the things we're going to go. We're going to make a whole separate video on that, and it's about the algorithm and things you need to know about the YouTube algorithm. You're trying to get your videos promoted beyond the community. Now, first thing you need to know is, number one, the algorithm's not going to do the best thing for you to get your videos promoted that you can do. And the best thing you can do to get your videos promoted for you as a YouTuber under 10,000 subscribers is to network in this community. By networking in this community is, if you want views and you want full views of full channels, go to other people's videos, watch their brand new video full, and tell them you did it. And by making a comment about something you saw in that video that lets them know that you did. You don't have to say, I watched your whole video. You can make a comment about something you saw in that video. That lets them know you watched the whole video.
Somebody else on his live stream, I can't read it very well because these are not my glasses.
Denise on your live stream hit 1K during your live stream. That is awesome. Love it. We've got a couple of other guys in our comments today we were doing shout outs for that are like at 987.
Good night,
so
7
blessings.
So
close. Good night, 7 blessings.
Sleep well.
Now I want to show in one of my videos, I'm going to go over this too. That's all about what to do about stimulating the algorithm. It's just one of the things I'm going to reveal about the algorithm. But the algorithm has had several hundred changes last year alone. You know, like 3 or 4 years ago, they were changing something about the algorithm at least 200 times a year. Now they do it even more often, several hundred times a year. So if you're trying to work the algorithm, you're trying to work the system to get YouTube to promote your videos, you're fighting a losing game unless you're willing to put in several days, several hours a day of doing nothing but studying the algorithm. And then you're going to have to periodically do that again and again and again to keep up with that kind of technology. Networking in a community like Iamacreator and helping make the community Iamacreator and the hashtag Insane Community, make these communities grow, stay active in these communities, do true networking and true community building, not sub for sub, and then that will promote, the whole community will promote your video, and then you don't need YouTube to do it for you. And YouTube is only going to do it for the first 24 hours. And then that's another question we answered earlier in the live off of the Facebook. Does anybody else see these drops in their views on their channel periodically? Well, yes. That's one of the things we're going to cover when we do that video. We're going to do it all on those drops and why that happens. And one of the reasons why it happens is because, you know, I used to say 24 to 48 hours, but I've done a lot of research and studying through people that actually work at YouTube and seeing what they're saying about that. And it's not 24 to 48 hours. It's dead on 24 hours. 24 hours after you hit that button to make your video public, there's a drop because YouTube promotes your video for 24 hours and then quits.
Thank you, Mill Hill.
Now, they may promote it a little bit after that for various reasons.
That's when right now, and he jumped on to say hey.
and you're on. That was our unboxing for today. Thank you.
This is going in my office. I'm gonna stick it on my desk. And I'll show you
and this
my
one's
office
undecided. Third one's undecided.
Josie, yay!
We're going to be making a lot of videos on a lot of these topics so that people can come by here and just bam, 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 hit a video on whatever it is they need to learn. Like, we want to be able to, when we do our channel reviews and we say, here's one thing to work on, here's another thing to work on, here's another thing to work on. Well, how do I work on that? Well, we want to have a video there detailing exactly how to work on that thing so that
Random's back.
Hey, Random, how you doing? Josie is in the house. Hello. And Wrestler Mania is still here. He's asking Mill Hill Mud Mowers, how was the musical?
Well, he's at a restaurant right now. He just jumped on for a second, I think.
Apparently, so it made him hungry.
Let him eat in peace.
And okay. And to get you caught up, Denise hit 1K in James Cox's live stream today. So.
And James hit 5. Don't forget, that's a milestone.
Yes, James hit the 5,000, the big 5K. He hit it during his live stream today. And okay, so here's another thing too.
I know Mill Hill always does a great job.
A lot of people are saying they're surprised that we get support by doing these live streams and that we're being so successful at networking in these live streams and in our other videos and doing what we're doing. And then I try to explain it to them. And I'm going to make another video on what I call an intimacy disconnect, which only occurs with the larger channels like 100,000 and above, and then you have this iffy spot between 10K and 100K, but certainly 100K and above, they have what I call an intimacy disconnect. Right now, this live stream is very intimate. You know, we all know each other, and we know a lot about what's going on each other's channels, and that's a lot of intimacy. And we can, if somebody asks a question or needs some extra support in a certain way, watch time, views, supporters, that kind of thing, they speak out and they get noticed. Well, if you try to do what you guys are doing on a channel where they have 100K or 1 million supporters, it's really hard. It's really hard to get noticed. But you're like James Cox was mentioned at Mill Hill Mud Mowers with the hashtag insane. If you're in the hashtag insane community, you're in the hashtag sane community, you're in the hashtag Iamacreator community, you're in a very intimate community. And those of us that are here right now are founders of that community. And you may not think that yet, but 6 months from now, a year from now, when this community is 10 times the size it is, when the Iamacreator community, the insane community, and the sane community are all 10 times the size they are right now, they're still allied. And so it's 10 times 10 times 10 times the size that it is now. And then a year, year and a half from now, it's 100 times the size it is now. We're still going to remember each other. We're still going to recognize each other's names. And we're going to recognize each other's names as the founders or the old timers of the community. The people that were here in the beginning. The people that were like James Cox doing the lives. We're doing the lives. Mill Hill doing the lives. A lot of other people doing lives. Angel doing lives. I need to say her name because she really, really deserves it. Because of all the lists that she made. Why am I having
professional student?
Yes, thank you. Professional student. We were all staying up so late at night, and we were so tired. We were all staying up like past midnight, and so was professional student. And what was professional student doing? She was making these lists. And James Cox had the idea of putting these lists on Twitter and Reddit and stuff. And everybody was working on these lists, which there's still some work going on. They're still getting added to. But in the beginning was when most of the work was put into those lists, and it was late hour work and by people who were working full-time jobs and networking at the same time. So that's not going to be forgotten by the people that were here. Us. Everybody in this chat right now is going to remember that. Josie, Auto Dreamer 77, Mill Hill Mud Mowers, James Cox, professional student. What else do we have? Yeah, a whole list of founders here of this community. Broke Necks, jonypro, DSW Joyride Production. And you know, jonypro and a lot of these other guys were part of the car community and just allied with the Iamacreator community with great results.
Camaro
Gaming
time.
Dude. Yeah, Camaro Time. Revan Redline. I mean, some of their names you can tell which communities they came from when they allied with the Iamacreator community. And every community that allied with the Iamacreator community became stronger and bigger and better and more effective. Random Outdoors, Rudy Mangrove Jr., Easy to Tech Tips and etc. His name is Ken. And David Builds Vlogs, RT Life, Roger, and who was I talking to today on her live? Jan in Canada. She's really close to Quebec in Canada. And and I've still got some of the people that are going to her channel, trying to get them more integrated with the people that are going to our lives and vice versa. If you haven't been to some of her lives and stuff, Jan in Canada, you should check that out.
Josie,
and tell those people
I'm
in her
glad
lives
you found
about
us on
our
professional
lives
student.
and come to us. Let's get more coordinated and integrated like what we're trying to do on the live stream schedule. Because there are at least half a dozen people I saw in there today that I don't see on y'all's lives. I don't see on James Cox lives yet. I don't see on Mill Hill's lives. And we need to get those people and get them over here, and we can get over there and get more cohesion. Oh, yeah, I won't announce that on here, but I know what you're talking about. I can see. And I think part of the thing you need to understand with her, if you look at her numbers, um, the I can see where she can have some frustration, and I don't know if it's if any of it's pointed at you. It might be partly because she sees your numbers, and we have all done a lot of work, and sometimes people get a little jealous. I prefer to just celebrate the heck out of whatever victories people have in this community. And if somebody's doing better than everybody else, that's fine with me.
Yep.
That just means that it's that much more possible for the rest of us.
Yep.
If somebody's doing better than you, what you need to do is look at that as, and I'm going to cover this on a video I'm going to make that was inspired by Mill Hill. He mentioned something about the battery. All the power comes from the positive side of the battery. And because it's positive. And all the shorts in the electrical system that cause things not to work, when something shorts out, it shorts out to ground, which is the negative side of the battery. And if you let jealousy of somebody else's...
You don't want to get into that.
Yeah, I will do a video on that. But it will short out your efforts. If you're like the electricity and you're trying to make the motor spin and you go to the negative side too soon, you'll never get through that motor and you'll never make that motor spin. And it's easier to short out. That's why electricity does it. Electricity goes to the shortest path to negative. The human brain wants to do the same thing. The human brain wants to go to negative. The human brain wants to talk negative. The human brain wants to bond over negative. Don't let it do that, because then it won't get any work done. It won't accomplish anything. When you keep that brain positive and you talk about positive things and you do positive things, there's power in that. And looking at somebody else is getting more out of the community than I am is a great thing, because that means that that's the potential that I have. If I can find out what they're doing differently that got them better results, that's a positive thing. And you can utilize that to improve your growth. If you look at it like they must be doing something they shouldn't do, and I should be having that much growth, and that's not fair, that's not right. Well, that's a negative thing. And it doesn't allow you to go through the thought process of what is it that I can do differently to get the same results that they are. And it has to do with jealousy. And so, and I don't know if that's the particular problem with that particular situation, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind from having so many employees and so many customers and so many human interactions and being the boss for so long and having to referee between employees that are acting like brothers and sisters and not getting along. So Wrestler Mania, thank you for coming. Good night to you as well. And I hope you learned something, got some value out of this session, and look forward to seeing a lot of videos on a lot of these topics. Everything to do with growing your channel and how to network and how to grow this community, how to work within this community and keep it within the guidelines, the community guidelines of YouTube. And we'll all concentrate on the things that we can do that are in our sphere of influence, keep ourselves positive, keep each other positive, and try to learn from each other, try to copy each other's good habits, and help each other shed bad habits. I think that even some of the people that come in here that start out as sub for subbers, some of those can be converted through education into being good networkers and good members of the community if they're willing to learn. Yes, and I think that would be great. if she could come on your live stream and talk about it, or if she feels more comfortable, maybe you could talk about it with her in private first, and then see if she would want to talk about it in public after you've talked about it in private, and maybe that would work. I mean, and you could try to turn that back into a more positive relationship. I see what you're doing, and I really applaud that, because both of you have done so much work, hard work in this community, and we are all right here, and everybody's going to notice this within 6 months to a year. Everybody's going to notice that we are all, it doesn't matter who started what, because right now at this point, we're not even 2 months out away from when we got that letter. We are all right here, everybody here, and everybody on this list, and a lot of other people are founders of this community. And it may not seem like that now, but 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out, certainly 5 years out, everybody here is going to recognize everybody here as being here from the beginning.
And nobody's going to remember the specific person who started everything. And that's
nobody's going to
just
care.
Human nature. And it's not going to matter who started what.
It's going to matter even less than it matters
what.
now. Exactly. And I think that's the best way to look at it. And James Cox himself said that. It just really doesn't matter. And it's going to matter even less to less people when we get further out there, and it becomes very apparent how much larger the community's grown, because it's just going to keep growing. It's going to keep, eventually we're all going to be at 7 figures, and we're all going to be helping and incubating people who are at 6 figures, people who are at 5 figures, people who are at 4 figures, people who are at 2 figures, like some of us started out. And we're going to be helping those people. We're going to be incubating those people and bringing them into the community as 7-figure YouTubers.
Auto Dreamer says that he's willing to learn and he's having fun with learning tons about edits, and he's enjoying it. I mean,
and
that's what YouTube's about. You should be enjoying it.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the things this community's brought back to YouTube, or at least our corner of the YouTube, is the joy of discovery. It got a little bit...
We have to be positive. I mean, you can't do anything in the world if you're not positive.
Well, you can, but you'll suffer while you do it. You'll drudge through it. Yeah, you don't bring any joy with you. And it takes all the fun out of it.
By the way, we need to go now, because I told you I didn't want to be on here for 2 hours tonight.
Yeah, it just turned out so much better than we thought it was. I know, baby. I'm sorry.
I worked hard.
I know. You're tired.
Those people made me stay late.
By forcing you to take their money. I know. It's so terrible.
That's me.
You gotta be, record-breaking sales all the time. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're so good at it. It's so terrible to be
and
so
I make
good.
It look easy, and it's not. My boss thinks it's easy.
Yeah, you trained him that way. You trained him to think it's easy by making it look easy. It's your own fault. Yes, the power comes from the positive side, and that is, well, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody that comes to this channel. That is the key right there. Power and positive, and you get grounded and shorted out in the negative. And
oh, great, Josie has had a lot of views this week, about 150 a day, which is great.
Yes, and that's another thing that's happening with a lot of people here, and they're noticing. And see, that we got that question about, has anybody seen drops in the views on their channel? Well, you remember
Wasn't that
back
Uso
a
Lou
month or two ago.
who was it who asked?
Yeah, I think it was, but it doesn't matter at this point because everybody can learn something from this. Everybody can learn something
Yeah,
from
but
this.
we
It's not
can't
only a
go
lesson
through
in
it
what goes on the
again.
channel, but it's a
You've gone through it like
lesson
4
in
times.
positivity. But it's such a good lesson in positivity. Because
Yeah, but
one
it's
point I
time
didn't
for
make
us to
about
get
that
off
yet.
of here.
I know it is. Let me make this one point and we're going to be gone. The point I was going to make about that illustrates that point so well is that we need to remember that a lot of us 2 months ago, as close as 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, had so little views. Well, I guess not on Sane Auto. We always had a lot of views. But a lot of people had so few views 2 or 3 months
Oh,
ago.
it was Uso Lou who had
They
the
wouldn't even notice the drop.
150 hits a day. I'm sorry.
They wouldn't even notice the drop because they didn't have enough views to drop. And now, when you have enough views that you can see a drop, isn't that a much better problem to have? You know? I mean, so we have better problems now than we did before, is what I'm saying.
You need to go
Don't
outside,
wish,
dog.
another great man said in one of these books that I read, James Cox and I were going over some of the books. Another great man said, don't wish to have no problems. It's the only way you'll have no problems. And there will come a day that you have no problems. And they'll be putting you in a casket in the ground. So don't wish for that day to come. Wish for the day when you have better problems. And that's
Okay,
what we have
I'm
now.
about to shut this down. My
Okay.
biggest problem is trying to continue to watch channels that always.
They also support me.
I just started viewing the channel that comment on one of my videos first. Then I watch as many as I can with
in the time I have. I think this is the fairest way to continue my support. If anyone has any ideas other than going about this, please let me know. Now I'm going to make a whole video on this to outline it again. I went through my strategy on that, responding to comments on James Cox's live. I went through it on this. Again, I'm going to hit it one more time really quickly. It is a great strategy.
I actually need him for something.
No, I love you, man, but you don't have all the right parts in all the right places. You can't compete. So,
yeah,
I'm
a lot cuter.
I will answer this question for Josie real quick, and I will reveal my strategy that works very well, and it's probably quicker than what you're doing. It's easier, and it works really well. It's very close to what you're doing. I respond to comments on my channel, the oldest one first. I respond to the comment on my channel. Then I hit the button and go back to their page like what you're saying. And on their latest, newest video, while it's playing, I look for something that I can make a positive comment about. And I make a positive comment about that. And then that way, I let them know that I did watch their whole video without saying I watched their whole video. And then, excuse me, because I commented on their video and watched their video, we kind of hit that balancing point right there. They have received in return everything they gave to me. But then I want to pay it forward.
You, James.
And so, in order to pay it forward, I do what I did at the beginning of this live stream. Yeah, I do what I did at the beginning of this live stream, and I go through the list of every comment that I got over the past couple of days by giving them a shout out. And I shout out their channel, and I try to get other people to go over there and watch their videos too. Instead of watching as many videos as I can of theirs, I just watch their newest video, and I put a comment on that, and then I give them a shout out on the next live I do. And in that way, I'm giving a little bit more than I got. Now, all you got to do is give a little bit more than you got in this community every time you receive something. So then when you give back what you received, that's being reactive. And when you give a little bit more, that's being proactive. So you're being both reactive and proactive in a positive way. And then that gets what I think James Cox's favorite word is snowball. It snowballs because the more people in the community that do it this way, the more people receive. And if everybody's giving a little bit more than what they get, then everybody keeps getting more, and that keeps raising the bar and raising the bar, and they keep giving more and giving more. And this goes along with another video I'm going to make about intimacy disconnect. We still have intimacy in this group, and we will always have intimacy between the founders of this group. You guys and us will always recognize each other and always have that intimacy. But later we will be teaching this to the people when we're 7K with 7 figures that are
Bye.
6 figures, and we'll be telling them to
Bye-bye.
teach it to the 5 figures, and they're telling them to teach it to the 4 figures. And this is the way it works in martial arts, and I'll have to tell you about this later. I'll make a whole video on this, the belt rankings and how it works.
Okay.
And
Josie says that you've answered his question enough. So
we love you guys. We're glad we had this live tonight and got to hang out with you. And just remember, it is in your best interest to keep the other person's best interest. Bloopers are included. It's in your best interest to keep the other person's best interest in mind.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you. And